Okay, let's do this review. I'm going to do it in two pieces. We're going to do the first page and the second page as usual, so just pay attention. So, solving quadratics by factoring. First thing we need to do is make sure that they are in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And if they are not, we're going to have to move stuff around. The first one is, so we're going to take a, b, and c, which are 1, 4, and negative 45. Put the big X, a times c goes on top, that's negative 45, b goes on the bottom, that is 4. So we are going to use the calculator to determine what those two things are. Go to y equals, oops, we're going to put negative 45 divided by x, and negative 45 divided by x plus x. Look at the table. We're looking for 4, positive 4 on this side, so we scroll down, 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 and there it is. 9 and negative 5. So 9 and negative 5. Because a is 1, we can automatically put those into our factors. X plus 9 times x minus 5 equals 0. We take each of these and set them equal to 0. Then we're going to solve each of them. So this will be minus 9, x equals negative 9. Over here, plus 5, x equals 5. There are my two solutions. For number 2, it's not in standard form. The negative 3x is in the wrong place. In order to move it, we're going to have to add 3x to both sides, which is going to fit in between the x squared and the negative 14. So this becomes 0 equals 2x squared plus 3x minus 14. Now it's in standard form, so we can find our values. A is 2, B is 3, C is negative 14. Put my large X here. We're going to use bottoms up for this one. So 2 times negative 14 is negative 28. We're looking for numbers that add up to 3. So we're going to change our numbers here. Make this negative 28. And this also negative 28. Looking for 3. And there it is, 7 and negative 4. I'm going to make it a little smaller here so we can use the bottoms up method. Remember, bottoms up means that we're going to divide by the value of a, reduce if we can, and those are going to be our two factors. So one is 7, 2, which is 2x plus 7. The other is negative 2 over 1, which is x minus 2. Take each of these factors and set them equal to 0. 2x plus 7 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. So here we're going to subtract 7, which gives us 2x equals negative 7. Divide both sides by 2. We're going to get x equals negative 7 halves. The other one, we're going to add 2 to both sides, and that completes the problem. X equals 2. Third one, similar problem. We need to move this guy over here. So we're going to subtract 7 from both sides, minus 7, which gives me 0 equals x squared minus 4x. 2 minus 7 is going to be minus 5. Now they are in standard form. I'm going to find a, b, and c. That's 1, negative 4, and negative 5 on the top. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. The bottom is negative 4. I'm going to go ahead and jump forward here. The numbers that multiply to negative 5 and add up to negative 4 are negative 5 and 1. Because a is 1, we can go ahead and put these numbers in. X minus 5 and x plus 1 equals 0. Now we're going to set them each equal to 0 and solve. Okay, so we would add 5 here, add 5 here. X equals 5. We would subtract 1 here, subtract 1 here. X equals negative 1. Last one is 4x squared minus 9. Now we could use the square root method on this one, and I would give you credit if you did. We're going to use factoring here. The only thing that we're going to change is we're going to make this 4x squared plus 0x minus 9 because we do need a b value in order to solve by factoring. Okay, so we're going to take the square root of both sides, or sorry, find a, b, and c, which are 4 0, and negative 9. 4 times negative 9 is negative 36, and 0 is on the bottom. So we're going to plug in negative 36 here. Looking for 0, found it right away. 6 and negative 6. Because a is not 1, we need to divide by that number on both of these. It will reduce to 3 over 2 and negative 3 over 2, which is going to be 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3 equals 0. So we're going to set these both up. 2x plus 3 equals 0. 2x minus 3 equals 0. And solve. So here, subtract 3 from both sides. Gives me 2x equals negative 3. Divide both sides by 2. And we get x equals negative 3 halves. That's my first solution. Over here, we're going to add 3 to both sides. That gives me 2x equals 3. Divide by 2, and we get x equals positive 3 halves. So, there we go. Got all of our solutions for those. This is where we had trouble last week. Let me move this camera a little bit. And that was writing the factors. Remember, you want these to equal 0. So we need to take this. We're going to take x equals 4. I'm going to write it here. Negative 4. And over here, I'm going to change this one over here. X equals 3. I need to get these equal to 0, so I'd add 4 to both sides, which gives me x plus 4 equals 0. Over here I would subtract 3 from both sides, which would give me x minus 3 equals 0. Then these are my two factors. Then I need to multiply. X times x, x squared, x times negative 3, negative 3x, 4 times x, positive 4x, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12 equals 0. Look in the middle to combine like terms, which would be here. Okay, negative 3x plus 4x is 1x. So my answer would be x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. For the other one, I have a fraction there because I know that's one of the things that we struggle with. So x equals 0 is already a factor, so I can go ahead and put that as one of my factors. I need the other one to equal 0, so I'm going to take this, I'll write it over here so it's easier to see. In order to get this fraction to whole numbers, I need to multiply both sides by the denominator so they cancel out, which gives me 3x equals 5. Then I need to subtract 5 from both sides, which is 3x minus 5 equals 0. So there's my other factor, 3x minus 5. Distributing here is easier, even though it looks different. We're going to do x times 3x, which is going to be 3x squared, and x times negative 5, which is negative 5x equals 0. There are no like terms to combine, so I'm just going to copy my answer down to the last blank, and that will be my first